Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Over the Pond. My name is Chris and I will be your presenter and hopefully presenter of the future. We're going to be talking about all things NFL, in particular the playoffs and my beloved team, the New York Jets. This is the first episode, so please remember to like and subscribe and also try following me on Twitter. First of all, I've always liked watching the NFL, and my background has always been normally sneaking down as a kid and watching the NFL as a child on classic Channel 5. Back in the day, it used to very much be the Raiders, Rams, Titans, Patriots, unfortunately with Brady, Green Bay, and I think the likes of the Giants as well. That used to be on quite a lot on Channel 5, which was normally the playoff games that I used to watch as a teenager. I think the first top they've actually had was sent over from some family. I think some family member from my stepmom's side of the family, or I think it's a friend actually, sent me a Titans jersey, which I had. So I think it had Johnson on the back, which is quite interesting. Good player, so I think they had a good taste in the player. From then on, I would continue to watch the NFL and really started liking Brett Favre quite a bit. But I used to like watching players like Megatron, good old Calvin Johnson, Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, like I said, Brett Favre, Fitzpatrick or Fitzgerald, the wide receiver from he's played for the Cardinals. Really used to like him as well as like running backs like Adrian Peterson. I think it's Adrian Peterson. Just really like watching him as a running back, as well as currently obviously Lynch. I used to like watching Lynch, and currently Derrick Henry, as well as McCarthy as well. When I think it's more when Brett Favre moved over to join the Jets, and as a previous Brett Favre fan, he switched over to him for watching the Jets. Plus at that time I was actually old enough to buy the likes of Sky Sports and watch NFL games. So yeah, during growing up I also was fortunate to play American football against the Yanks themselves. I joined the Army, the British Army, which I was in the Army for about 8 years as a infantry trained machine gunner. But during my training, when I was training as a young man, I got the opportunity to play some sports, and they were doing American football, so played some American football. And got to travel over to America and went to Oregon, where he did this 2-week training camp over in Oregon, and played against a couple of high school teams or college teams, and to put ourselves to the sword, so to speak. I'd like to say we held our own. We lost, but hey, it's your national sport. But we did alright. We stood our own. But overall, didn't really have the talent or the skill to beat some of the players who have been playing it from a young age in America. I used to play wide receiver as well as kick returner, and also used to do the kickoffs as the kicker, and also field goals. So, New York Jets, you need a kicker? Think about it. I'm here. Anyway, that's a bit of a background story about myself. Other reason why I really got into the Jets was one of my biggest frustrations was tackling. Like cornerbacks, safeties, linebackers just couldn't tackle to save their lives. So many times I just see them get bounced off from the running backs or the wide receivers, or just make poor tackles, and it was infuriating. Used to do my head in. been watching the Jets and Rex Ryan, Darrell Revis and the favourite player, class act. Used to just love watching a hard hitting defence and a team that could really hit the nail on the head, so to speak, and really knock back the offence, so to speak. Anyway, I am digressing. So going to be talking about the playoffs today. So we've got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Bills. Are Kansas City and the Mahomes going to shoot their arrows and penetrate the Bills and slay the Buffaloes? Or are the Buffalo Bills going to stampede all over the Chiefs? It's going to be probably the second or third best offense this season versus the best D. I'm going to go for the Bills. Pains me to say it, but I think the Bills are going to win. I think they're going to beat the Chiefs. Mahomes has been up and down, bit of a roller coaster this season. And Bills seem to be hitting form really well. So I'm going to have the Bills pip the Kansas City Chiefs. The next game, the Titans, number 1 seed in the AFC, versus the Bengals. Are the Titans going to slay the Cats, or are the Cats going to claw their way to victory? Titans got Derrick Henry back. As we know, he's a beast of a man, hard to bring down. But Bengals have got Jamari Chase and Burrows. I'm actually going to go for an upset and have the Bengals clawing their way to victory over the Titans. Who do you think is going to win that game versus the Bengals versus the Titans? And also the Bills versus Kansas City in the AFC. Please comment below and let me know who you think is going to win and why. Also, let's move over to the NFC, where we have the 49ers versus the Green Bay Packers. My prediction is going to be that Rodgers is going to Rodger the 49ers, so to speak. Yeah, I think 49ers QB is injured. I do like the 49ers D, especially because the Jets have kind of stolen Salah. Even though Jets D didn't do well this season, they'll be on the up. But predominantly, it's all about the pass rush. But I do think that Rodgers is just too good for the 49ers, and Green Bay's just gonna Rodger the 49ers. Even my friend Dave is a big 49ers fan. He's not very optimistic about the 49ers beating Green Bay this season. And then finally, we've got the hardest choice, or certainly I think it's probably the hardest game to call, which is the Bucks versus the Rams. Are the Bucks going to sail over the Rams, or are the Rams going to ram and sink sink the Bucks ship? I actually have the Rams when they signed Matt Stafford to actually go on and win the Super Bowl this season. That was at the start of the season. I had them picked to win it, but they're going against Brady. It's Brady in the playoffs. We all know what he can do. He's a Jets fan. Pains me to say how many times we've lost against Brady. And watching him in the playoffs, he always seems to find a way to win. Normally, I wouldn't go against Brady in the playoffs. I've learned the hard way to not go against Brady, but I do think the Rams are going to go into Tampa and ram and sink the Buccaneers ship. just think that their defense is just too good. I really do. You know, they've got some weapons on offense as well. You know, Beckham's back, seems to be in a bit of form. Stafford is finding his groove again. And to be fair, Bucks are without Brown now, who he is a difference maker. You know, let's be honest, he is a difference maker. But yeah, I just think the star-studded Rams are gonna nick the win over the Bucks, but it really could be either way. You know, it's Brady. Anyway, who do you think is going to win the NFC games between Green Bay and the 49ers and the Rams versus the Bucks? Please leave a comment down below and let me know how you think, or who you think is going to win. So next week I'm going to be talking about the games and how they went, and who we think is going to win the AFC and the NFC playoff games. Also might talk a bit about free agency and the draft, because hey, the draft is my Super Bowl because I'm a Jets fan. Please also feel free to tell me about how I could potentially improve myself. I know today I'm just laid back and a bit chilled, but hey, I'm comfortable like this. And yeah, tune in for next week's show, and go Jets.